such an asshole.
So Joker covered this before, and I'm like, really? Because I don't watch the news. I rely on the internet, which probably does a better job of filtering the news than just blindly trusting the news. So Joker was covering this one. He had a certain angle and take on it, but I'm not going to plagiarize him. I got a different one. And I think it's one y'all kind of know, but it's an exasperated observation or point. Because here, let me boil down economics. So you ready to have economics boiled down for you? I'm glad you did wake up now. Oh my God, I felt like having economics boiled down to me this morning. So the only real way humans have advanced as a civilization, the only way we become exceptional is through technological innovation, by working smarter, not harder. Nothing wrong with working harder. Nothing. Everyone can work harder. That's an option everyone has. Like, oh my God, I should write a book, how to solve your financial problems. Work 2 jobs for a while. Oh my God, it worked. So you always have that option. But to really make progress, it's mastering the universe, bending the laws of physics and chemistry to our will, making engines and outsourcing our caloric expenditures of energy to farm combines instead of us and a donkey out in there with a plow. And we will discover things as humans, either by intention or by accident. Oh, whoa, look at this thing we figured out over here. And what shocks me, humans are really intelligent. Well, some humans are really intelligent, but then, man, the people in charge, especially in the United States, are just such sheep. Again, when I was young, when I was like 22, I thought, wow, people who are now my age with their gray hair, they must know what they're doing. I'm not making this up. This isn't an edgy take. Your average American corporate leader is so fucking mid, so fucking basic, and I would say so brainwashed and conformist that they actually do have an effectively lower IQ than average. They might as well have an IQ of like 90 or 85. But you're sitting there thinking like, wow, these leaders, and you would think all these management books and leadership books and business schools, Harvard Business School, blah, blah, blah. I saw a dog turd the other day that's more intelligent than your average Harvard graduate. They're all fucking morons. And we don't need super geniuses. What we need, they call them visionaries and leaders. No, you just need someone with their head out of their ass to look and say, hey, wait, why don't we do it this way? You don't need 135 IQ. You just need some common sense. Like, wait a minute, why don't we do it this way? I got the switch right here. Look it up. And I've said for a quarter century now, why the hell are we commuting? That was when the opportunity came. There was this opportunity for a true, maybe not industrial revolution scale, but there was this opportunity where we could eliminate commutes for all white collar workers, mainly the tradesmen, for those of you out there who don't have sex with your sister and actually do your jobs and show up on time sober, the 3 of you in the nation. Aside from those who have to physically attend their job, obviously you would still have to commute. But for all this white collar work, why did you require people keep going to these offices? I've asked a million times before. Oh, you got a housing shortage? Oh, do you Zoomer millennial? Well, the Zoomer millennials are on my side on this one. And you're right. Hey, everybody, the Zoomers and millennials are right for once. Clock twice a day. There is no reason to commute. There hasn't been a reason for white-collar office workers to commute for 25 years. 20 years, maybe. I'll grade maybe the bandwidth had to get up there a little bit. And here hang on. What is it? Let's take a look at Denver traffic. It's 8 a.m. Traffic, Denver. Let's see there it is. Look at all the sheep. Look at all those people unnecessarily commuting. Look at all the red and the maroon on their map. One what Minneapolis is, they should not have their commute, but Minneapolis people are extra special needs. Traffic, Minneapolis. Oh, okay, looks like things calmed down. Oh, that's right. I forgot no one works in Minneapolis anymore. It's funny because it's true. And think about that, an entire generation, what we could have achieved with allowing people to work from home or come in once a week. Okay, maybe you got to go in and whatever. I don't know what corporations do. But you could have had better families. Your daycare costs would have gone down because there's someone around watching the home. Maybe you tag team the kids. You have daytime sex while the kids are out playing. Oh, I forgot. That's like gross. Ew, sex. Oh. I won't say which group of people that is. I'm punchy in the morning. I woke up and chose violence. The education system as well. You could just Western government. Now, thankfully, there's options, but you dumbass young kids, I need the college experience. Do you not see the smoldering crater that was your millennial brother that went to college? I want college experience. I stupid dumb American. Go ahead there, Tanner. You go ahead there, Jaden. Bring your cousin Yaden and Hayden and Waden and Baden. Apparently someone had made that joke, a comedian. I did it first. He was not plagiarizing me. I think we just observed the same idiotic, stupid thing. Everyone's name is ending with Den. I think it was David Spade. New comedy special out. And there was something else. Oh, and then all you younger Zoomers and millennial types, you're complaining rightfully so about the cost of education, but I don't see any of you becoming tradesmen to build it. You do what you do best. You cry and whine and complain. But I'm thinking, hey, these tall skyscraper buildings, what if they were just repurposed into housing? Then I got all you, I got, there's the no people. I'll get to my point. Don't worry, I'll get there. I'm just trying to get the people out of the way. Get to the point. You can unsubscribe now. Go away. I don't want to hear about the no people. There's always, yeah, but, and they always find a reason to say no. Like they're the women of this country. They're the women of this society. Well, yeah, but you see, they're not designed that way. Do you remember when we were in America, we say, let's put a lake in the middle of the desert and put Vegas next to it. They didn't have the yeah, but people. We could ameliorate, we wouldn't solve the housing crisis. I looked into like how many apartment units you could get out of all the downtown office space in the Twin Cities. And it would help. It would significantly help, but it wouldn't get back to equilibrium. There would still be a shortage, but it would help. It would lower prices. You guys don't want to hear practical solutions. You just, That's one of my points is look at the tremendous benefit we could have had society-wide, bordering on a genuine technological revolution if you just allowed people to work from home. Only upside. And then the small dick corporate executive which I have a special camp for them if I ever become president. I'd be like, oh my God, where all the Nazi concentration camp corporate executives go? What happened to them? They're gone. Some nice properties up for sale, though. And they're pretty cheap because they're mortgaged to the hilt. Anyway. And here's an article from Fox News, and I have the same question. Why did it take this long? So let's go through it here. From Fox News, U.S. companies increasingly eliminate. No, not increasingly. Why is this taking so long? Why not all? Here's what the headline should read. This week, all major and minor U.S. corporations and employers decided college degrees is dumb. Decides to train in their own employees, requiring college degrees only for most specialized positions. U.S. companies increasingly eliminate college degrees requirement amid out-of-control school costs. It took until now for you people to realize, even in my day, admittedly, tuition was cheaper back then, but it was still pricey. It took you guys 25 years to say, hey, maybe we ought to not send every young person into a program or a facility that puts them in debt and wastes 4 years of their life. This work-life balance bullshit that corporations, well, they got a work-life family balance. We're here to help the economy. What is it? ESG, environmental, social, and governance? Yeah, but presumably for the people, right? To help out society. And your contribution to the American culture and society, as well as other countries, is to require every young person waste 4 years of their lives and go into debt so they can qualify for an entry-level job. And just now, in 2023, now Google, I'll admit Google, let's give credit where credit is due. They've been on this for a while now, for probably the past 5 years. But that's one corporation. That's when they talk about Walmart. Really? Takes this long for you to see, this is where again even though they whine a lot, there is more than a seed of truth to their whining and complaining. And the Zoomers and millennials are like, it's too hard. You're damn right it's too hard. You're damn right. They're right. Why should they bust their head out? It was already bullshit. 2 years of college courses had nothing to do with your discipline or degree. Then there's 2 more years, and then they get the job. Then they find out, I could have done this in the 8th grade. This should have been eliminated a quarter century ago, and we wouldn't have the education crisis we have right now. We wouldn't have over $1 trillion of student loans that everyone's like, bail me out. You'd have an entire generation, bordering on 2, of young or youngish people under 40-somethings who had positive net worths instead of student loan debt. They'd have at least 4 more years of working experience, and we'd have higher economic growth. And I got the switch right here. It's taken you corporate leaders this long to say, hey, maybe we ought to pull the dick out of the assholes of every young person in America. It's taking you this. And keep in mind, this is just Walmart and Google so far. Maybe there's 1 or 2 other people, but every other corporation has their dick inside the young people of America today. And they're like, and the kids are squirming and all that. And they're like, well, maybe we should pull our dick out. No, let's stick it in here for another 4 years. Oh, but then we'd have to pay for training costs. I want to pay for it. It must hit the ground running. Steep learning curve. And again, President Aaron has a special camp for bosses that ever utter those words out of their mouths. Very special camp. Very special camp. Lots of fun. Lots of activities. Like, hey, look at all the extra kidneys that hit the used organ donor market. A lot of donors are donating their organs all of a sudden. I wonder where it's coming from. Hey, they actually were worth something this time. Boy, man, look at, we got a spleen. Yeah. What blood type would you like? I don't know where they're coming from. Hey, there's some more open positions that don't require college degrees at this corporation. And look at that house that hit the market. Man, things got better under President Cappy. One report projected 1.4 million jobs could be open to those without degrees in the next 5 years. Wow. So 300,000 jobs a year when there's 100 million, people per generation, roughly. Oh, great. Thank you, corporate America. That good thing we're hopping on this opportunity. Here, let me ask all you corporate executives something. Would you like your Social Security check to be able to buy anything? Would you like your retirement money to be able to have any purchasing power at all? Well, you better start unshackling the young people of this generation and any other future generation and stop putting fucking hurdles in front of them so that they can go and actually produce. Additionally, there'd be a very next to the very special camp I have for incompetent corporate leadership, there'd be a very, very special discount for Rick, friends of Rick. Next to that would be the very, very, very special camp for former college employees and professors. That'd be a very special camp. You guys have a lot of fun there. Oh my God, look. Look at all these fancy houses coming up for sale. What man, there's so many houses coming up for sale. And the pension costs somehow got better for the university. Like, they're not collecting their pension anymore. I wonder what wow, all these things happening. What that's weird. I'm not gonna complain. Things are going well. American businesses are increasingly, yet sclerotically, that's a word, eliminating college degrees as part of the requirements for corporate roles, which is part of a wider trend in the U.S. job market that is de-emphasizing the value of a 4-year diploma, according to experts. That's why I always put expert down below, because you get to be my age. You're like, oh, they're all morons. American companies like Walmart, IBM, Accenture, Bank of America, and Google have announced plans to reduce the number of jobs that require college degrees. Michael Gibson, venture capitalist and author of the book Paper Belt on Fire, is a proponent of alternatives to the higher education system in the United States, and describing the trend as promising, especially given the $1.6 trillion in U.S. student debt. I think that has hobbled the passions and dreams of a lot of people. Really? You think so? Here's another thing, all right? Like, the correct opinion in America is that it must benefit minorities. It must. Forget everybody else. All right? It only matters. So I'm going to go on your side of the argument, and because, oh my God, the minority, oh my goodness. I would argue poor people in general, which includes everyone who is disadvantaged, minorities as well. All right? But I know you guys just, oh my God, does it benefit minorities? It's always got to be the question. What about everybody? Can we do something that benefits everybody, including minorities? But then I won't be able to virtue signal. I'm Becky, the liberal white woman. Do you know how much this would benefit poor people? Young poor people. That they don't have to piss away 4 years of their lives getting some stupid college degree? Do you know how much you've heard all this? We value diversity. We help out. We care about the poor. We're Target. We're Walmart. We just, oh my God, we just love the peoples. Well, then why are you making it so hard for poor people to make a living? But if you'd like to work here, hello, Thaddeus. Did you see that Jerome, the poor black kid next door, would like to work for a fine firm? Jerome? Why, my goodness, the absurdity. Yes, and his poor friend Frank, who comes from the adjacent trailer park in Mississippi, he would like to work here too. Well, Frank and Jerome, but they're poor. Yes, I know, Thaddeus. But, you know what we could do? Yes, what could we do, my fine friend Thaddeus? Let us require them to get college degrees. They'll never work here. Assholes. I swear to God, you're a bunch of fucking assholes. Fuck all of you. We just so much care about, well, why do you make it so fucking hard to live? I'll be sympathetic. When I was young, man, that was hard. You wonder where a lot of the hatred, my entire, well, not the entire, 97% of all my success comes from me taking hatred and anger and rage and not committing crime or hurting people, but channeling it to this stuff. It was hard when I was younger. It is way harder now. I'll grant you that. Doesn't have to be. You guys can go to school online. There are cheap educational opportunities. If you choose, it can be as hard, but it was still going to be hard. Most of you choose the even harder way. Like, I got to go to a flagship campus and get the really big penis shoved up my asshole. Why does it hurt? The Republicans in the Senate. No plans. American companies, Walmart, IBM, Accenture, Gibson, $1 trillion. I think this has hobbled the passions loud. Yeah, it has. It has. And I'm just like, this solution is so simple. It's so simple. And we're not going to do it. See, let me give you another, like, very simple solution, but the execution is hard. You want men to, oh no, the labor force, but men aren't working anymore. And the solution is make women thin again. I'm not joking about that. That's not me being edgy or funny or an edgelord. Make women thin again and nice. And nice. And by guy, and oh, by the way, you ladies out there, no, you got to have a job. None of this Democrat collecting a disability check for your made up case of social anxiety disorder. And then guys were like, oh, wait, nice girls who are pretty. I don't know. Maybe that might motivate men. I wonder if it will. You see, we got to lower the reserve requirement ratio that way. But that solution to a problem requires work and effort on the part of women. And based on the studies and research I've done, it was a fascinating study. And humans are 80% of the time they're going to choose laziness. Women are just not going to hit the gym or set down the food because it's a cost benefit analysis. They prefer the leisure over the work. That's what it is. Not lazy. It's not. It's not being mean. It's just their choice. You get to do what you want with your time. And you men are the same way. You get fat too. I'm just saying it requires work. This has no cost to implement the solution. It doesn't cost corporations or employers anything to get rid of your ridiculous college degree requirement. It is an easy, costless solutions, but you close-minded, ignorant fucks who need to go to the very special camp just won't do it. It's like there's bars of platinum at everybody's feet, and you guys are like, don't pick up that platinum. Oh, no, you can't pick up the platinum. Why not? Well, because we didn't do it that way before. We're boomer bosses. And there's a very, very, very special camp next to the regular rank and file special camp for regular mid-management. And then the very, very special camp for professors and college admin. And then there's the very, 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 very special camp for baby boomer bosses. Man, this house in Florida came up for sale. I don't know. I don't know why the Social Security Administration is running a surplus this year. I think it has hobbled the passions and dreams of a lot of people. It has destroyed people's lives. It hasn't slowed or slowed down people's dreams. You have destroyed people's lives. Why aren't people having families anymore? I don't know. Maybe it's because you require a fucking master's degree, won't pay these people enough that they might be able to support a family. Oh, but you'll pay a bunch of taxes so a bunch of welfare collecting deadbeats can go and spit out 8 kids. I don't understand. Like I said, just because they have they're idiots. They're idiots. There aren't smart people in charge. If they have gray hair, they're idiots. I think that's why we see this political struggle to cancel the debt. But the most aggravating part is everyone's paying attention to the poor students who are billed, but no one's paying attention to the university themselves who are teaching worthless things or not providing the sort of career advice they should. Who's this guy? Welcome to the party, pal. I got my Powell. Michael Gibson. Michael Gibson is my Powell to my John McClane. Hello, Michael. Pretty fucking unappreciated, pal. He added, the more we see people foregoing that system to start a career, the better. Walmart, for example, has eliminated college degrees as requirements for hundreds of its corporate roles, vowing to remove unnecessary barriers that prevent career advancement. Oh, wow. 2023, huh? Oh, there's some visionary leadership happening at Walmart. Could you imagine if they put me in command of an actual corporation? Like Captain Jack Sparrow, put me in command. Bunch of pearl clutcher morons. What'd you do, CEO Cappy? Well, we eliminated 90% of the employees and we increased production by 45%. Oh, what do you contribute? Well, we just got rid of all the idiots. Oh my goodness, you fired. The first thing you did was fire all the DEI. Yeah, they're parasites. They're a bunch of assholes. Company announced it would waive the university degree as necessary if candidates could show they've gained the necessary skills based on prior experience. You mean merit? Whoa! I'm gonna shop at Walmart now for this, though. I will. I'm gonna shop. I always do, but between 2017 and 2019, 46% of middle skill occupations and 31% of high skill occupations saw a drop in college degree requirements, which could have major implications for how employers find talent and open up opportunities for 2/3 of Americans without a college education. Oh my God, you're not thinking about like the majority of people, are you? Not 2/3 of Americans, and certainly not the poor people who don't have the time or resources to go piss away 4 years on a college degree. Uh, in line with the trend, the report projected the move could open up 1.4 million jobs of American workers without college degrees for the next. That's another thing. I got a question. We can't find people. People aren't applying. Well, do you think maybe eliminating the college degree requirement to have like just an entry level clerical job might help with that? Next to the special camp for mid level corporate management, next to the very special camp for colleges and professor university types. And then next to the very, very, very special camp for the baby boomer bond, there's going to be a very, 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 very special discount for friends of Rick. Very, very special camp for HR Quantahahas who've just choked off all the production of the U.S. economy for the past 30 freaking years with your bullshit. You weren't using your eggs anyway, ladies. It's true. Punchy woke up and chose violence. At the governmental level, states across the country removed degree requirements for government job. Oh, you need a college degree to work a government job? Get the fuck out of here. Virginia became the 13th state to remove such requirements in June. Oh my goodness. Apple TV's 2-Minute Drill co-host, National Business Capital CEO and founder Joe Camperado told Fox Digital News that he was not surprised to see big name companies drop college requirements. You know what? I do have to applaud the Zoomers and the millennials, more the Zoomers than the millennials. You Zoomers did hold your guns, not came with the assistance of, stimmy checks from Donald Trump and your parents. But you said, yeah, we're not doing it. And you did. You brought balance back into the labor market where corporations are like, oh, wait a second. We got to pay them a living wage. I think you all went too far now. Now you're all sitting on your ass. I'm like, dude, it doesn't get any better than this. It's like sundown. What do you mean it doesn't look good? Doesn't get to look any better than this. I will fire when I am goddamn good at writing. You could be capitalizing on that. You got it. Go take you did it. You worked hard. Now go reap the fruits of your labor. It's not $22 an hour. He suggested a large demand for employees combined with different views of college requirements by newer generations has likely contributed to the shift. I have done this in my business and have been very successful by focusing on the individual in these 3 simple things. Do they get it, want it, and are they capable? What happened? Maybe this is Gen X taking over. Is this guy a Gen Xer? Maybe we're just sick of this crap. My God. You mean we're going to hire people who do the job, not whether they check a bunch of boxes or they master. Education establishment, booby, bobby, ba. So there's some good news. 300,000 jobs a year, guys. I don't know. Maybe if your corporations eliminated your college degree requirement, maybe you'd get maybe not all 7 million men. I mean, they all worry. Let me tell you something. Oh, nosies, there's 7 million men not working. There's more women not working. Go look at the labor force participation rate. Any age group, any age cohort. The labor force participation rate for women is lower than men in every way you measure it across all age groups. You don't hear about 9 million missing women.
Oh, but we don't get Woozy get precious little princesses.
So there's 17, 16 million people. How many of those do you think would come work and could have start to apply for jobs if you got rid of the college degree requirement? Oh, don't, whatever you do, don't throw that switch down. Whatever you do, don't do that. Sit on it for another quarter century. Keep your dick inside their assholes. Make them squirm a little more. Let's go to the super chats, the super chats, the super chats. Let's go to the super chats and have ourselves a treat. Sock Duck, $5. If I base my get the fuck out destination on negative mainstream media crap, how does Russia sound? It's a curious curveball. Because they're very well, they're not very, they're just traditional. Putin's traditional, but it is a dictatorship. You don't have the freedom of speech, which okay, fine. You they are corrupt. The economy is very corrupt. But I don't have to see every freaking variant of person celebrated every month by idiotic. I'm sure if there's a Russian movie industry, there is, and I don't know how big it is. It isn't. Here comes Ladasha, fighting the Great War of World War II, and it's not even about the war or stopping the Nazis. It's about her problems of being the one sole black woman in Russia in 1942 at Stalingrad. I'm sure they don't have that. It's cold. But if I was thinking Russia, but in Siberia, which is cold, but just to be left alone, just to leave me. But then I'll just go to Alaska for that. I could be left alone in Alaska and have the exact same weather. So I think there's better places. The Human Society, $5. Worked from home last week. Nice quotes. I already enjoyed the decline while waiting for someone to need me to do work stuff. Heck of a book. Thanks, Cappy. Thanks. I appreciate it. I got other books. Oh, by the way, for those of you while you're here, I'll make the announcement later, though. I did finish the book yesterday. Oh, and I finished it just chef's kiss. It just finished it. Just I'm like, oh, I can exit this way. And just like it's like a 3-point landing. Just be like, wow, look at that. Matter of fact, you could just read the last page of that book and be like, whoa, he nailed it. You don't have to read the rest of it. So now it's off to editing, aka my girlfriend. And then I gotta do the book description. I gotta touch it up and organize it. So that'll be coming out no later than mid-November. You know how Amazon's got if the main delay would be Amazon approving it. That'll be what it is. Well, Old Man Roll will get me my cover. I mean, it'll be a race to see. Going to be Amazon approving it or Old Man Rollo getting the cover? Drew, $2. Are they being eliminated for entry? Are they being eliminated for entry level jobs? What do you mean, college graduates? That was Joker's point. Is that people are they've had, in other words, college education has gone so political and so propagandized and brainwashing, and they don't teach these kids anything, that they make them worse than high school graduates. Like the high school graduate is like, okay, I could train you. The college graduate, like, okay, so it's really important that I make my changes because I'm Becky and I'm from the suburbs. Maybe, I don't know. I'll tell you this. If I had, unless I needed an engineer or a scientist, I will never hire a U.S. college graduate. Never. I won't. I don't know what company I'd be running, but I'd be like, okay, can a non-college graduate do this? Can we just grab someone and train them in and have them do this job? And the truth is 95% of your jobs, you don't need a college degree. You don't. You just need to learn this one thing, this one narrow skill. But okay, we need a chemical engineer. We got to hire Atham. I don't want to hire Atham. Yeah, but he's a chemical engineer. I'm like, oh, God. He'd come in with his smirk. Hey, guys. Drew, $2. My master's has cost me $10,000 online. Totally worth it. Yeah. And no, you know what? If they're going to play this game, I would go get those bogus degrees from Pakistan where they will give you a degree from a college that's gone belly up and bankrupt and there's no records. Yeah, unless you nuclear physicist. Okay, you probably need a college degree for that, but admin, supervisor. Oh yeah, got my degree in management right over here from Bucky School of Management. Went bankrupt in 2007. Rob Vigolsky, the 1099 Superior race. Under President Rob, age 25 to vote. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And contribute to GDP. Get divorced with kids. Require surgical removal of the reproductive system. Good. Draft only for those who vote for the president that started the war. Okay, cool. Drew, $2. What's your opinion on procurement certifications? I don't know what they are. I mean, I'll go with certifications all day before I go with college degrees. Oh, you know how to do this one thing? Yeah, go get it. Because we need you to do that one thing. We don't need you to know about 18th century European history. We do need you to know how to operate a forklift. Drew, $2 again. Are you taking consulting requests again? No, it will not be. It will be a couple days. I'm going to make the announcement. And I don't know if people were emailing me out of habit, like they had the email in the box that was remembered, or they filled out the form anyway. But there's a lot of autism running around in the requests where people were sending me requests despite it being big red words saying it is closed unless you're paying $500. I got at least a dozen requests that came in. I'm like, what don't people get? I don't. Bob, $5. It's not that the corporations see the light. It's because the policies start biting them with all the activists and harassments coming after them. You're right, Bob. And that was Joker's point over at Better Batch. You hired all these activists, all these Marxists, all these whiners, these complainers, these parasites. And hey, let me ask you guys this. Do you know one diversity and inclusion officer or vice president, whoever's in charge of diversity? Do you know one of them that didn't turn around and sue their employer for discrimination? Talk about inviting Dracula into your home. I've never heard it where they didn't just turn around and sue their employer. Alex Patino, truck driving Latino agent in the field for 10 generous stars. Cappy, get you a good cup of joe. I already have it. You're too angry due early in the morning. No, I'm just fine. I have every right to be pissed about this, like what we could have achieved. It's sad because now I'm really in the last third of my life. And I'm like, we could have done so much more with so little. We could, and it was there. It was there the entire time to drastically improve the society and economy. Drastically. Not let alone making my life easier, but by now, 2/3, 220 million Americans could have had a lot easier lives if we just did it this way. And because of, I don't know, it's a special, Bill Cosby always talked about, why'd you get that haircut? And his son said, Dad, I don't know. And he said, you did, that's brain damage. And it's the same thing. This is brain damage. There's no reason I could figure out why corporate America is requiring college degrees or requires us to commute. You throw it all away. I'm working and buying property close to my village in Mexico. It's not great, but I don't have to deal with blue-haired days. Right. I got to imagine there's some places in Mexico away from the city where you just kind of, I don't know, culture. They have their festivals. Depending on where you are in Mexico, the color dresses that the women wear, and there's a celebration and just relaxing. They decorate the village with those things they string across the street. There's a lot more to society, a lot more to life than money. Like, think about, what would you do? How much U.S. GDP per capita? About 70,000 and change per year. How much would you be willing to have that lowered if we could get rid of fat, tatted up, purple-haired women? What would that be worth to you? Like, you don't have to see that anymore when you go to Walmart, there's no more fat people. What would that be worth to you? I 30 half. Half. Oh, sorry, Brazil. Druzil Tech and Games sounds like a website people should subscribe to. $5. I'm sure they'll find a way to bastardize the removal of college degrees by still requiring more DEIBS. Oh, there's gonna be it's corporate America, Druzil. They're always gonna find a way to make it more difficult. Here, let me explain corporate America to you guys so you can kind of understand a little bit. Do you remember middle school and going into high school and how a weird hierarchy formed where kids, for reasons that were not clear at all, very ambiguous, why they became the most popular in that artificial environment? That continues on. That goes on into corporate America. It's not the most intelligent or the best or the brightest that make it to the top. It's these weird psychopath fuckers that know how to play this popularity game that end up making it, but they're not intelligent. They're not smart. They're not even logical. They're whatever weird thing that is that they have, the je ne quoi ça, whatever. They know how to do popularity. They're the ones that run it, and they're always going to fuck it up. They're always going to fuck it up. It isn't going to be common sense. It isn't going to be throwing the switch. It's going to be some political weird fucking bullshit that they got to do. Nonstop Dre, $2. Cappy's Carlson degree is now useless. It's been useless today. I got it. I got it right there. I found it, by the way. I got to auction that thing off. Nonstop Dre for $2. Cappy's so short he can hide under a grain of sand. John and Audit for $2. He has nothing to say. Nonstop Dre again, $2. I met a guy with a fake PhD and master's making six figures. Good. There you go. Exactly. But Aaron, what if they find out? Keep applying. You'll get one through. You'll get one through the goalie. I look at it, the amount of pain and agony I went through to get that worthless fucking college degree. Now, of course, having not gone through that hardship, I wouldn't have galvanized or metamorphosized into this wonderful, charming, patient, calm man I am today. But I think like all I had to do was lie about a degree and just gone in. Frank Abagnale, catch me if you can. Absolutely. Morgan Stanley's getting sued by a manager they blocked promotion and later fired that did all the DEI. Yes, exactly. Scorpion and the Frog. Good, Morgan Stanley. You never hired me. And you need a bailout. Go fuck yourselves. Have fun with that. Land of lost opportunity for 6 Israeli shekels. Yeah, it is the land of lost opportunity. We had it, man. Let's imagine this. No commute for 25 years, right? No college degrees for 25 years. You are talking at least $10 trillion of money and resources saved. Would that solve our problems? Yes, it would. I know we look at our government debt and say, look at all this money we spent on welfare first, the military second. Look it up. And you say, well, we should stop pissing away our money on either wars that we shouldn't have fought or all these welfare people. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's an argument. There's the spending side. But how much would we have saved on the production side of the economy, not wasting our resources? Can you imagine how much money you all would have saved buying a third of the cars you needed because you'd buy a car, you wouldn't need it to commute anymore, and it was just for running errands and having fun? Better days, 10 British pounds. You lose inspiration to ask women out when you know they have delivered themselves off apps like a pizza. Had some Essex witch flip the bird from a car window at me just inquiring about her mate tat. What's a mate tat? She had a tattoo. I know she had a tat. But what's a mate tat? Yeah, there's some gals where I've had what would you call them? Plutonic or just normal social. Hey, where's this restaurant? Or, like, you're literally not hitting on the girl. You're just like, hey, where do I pick up the bus? Why? You lost it? I'm like, whoa, okay, look, lady, I never ask a pretty girl anything. No, just don't ask a pretty girl anything. They always think you're hitting on them. And I guess they're right. I guess 98% of the time the guys are hitting on them for some reason. So just don't even, if there's a really good looking gal, just like, don't. You're not gonna find out where the bus is. You're just not. Crypto moves $2 back to offices for corporate real estate city taxes. Corporate real estate and city taxes? See, but I don't get it. Why don't they sell the property then? How does bringing employees back to a corporate office, you already are paying for it. You're already in your lease. Just don't renew your lease or sell the building. Bringing people back to the office isn't going to make you money off that property. You should lease it. All right, there you go. Link below. Worthless, the young person's indispensable guide to choosing the right major. My book came out 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Before Mike Gibson. Before Mike Powell. Hey, look, Powell showed up to the party. Hey, everybody. I had to throw a dead terrorist on him to get him his attention out here. Who's Argyle? Who's just been sitting there chilling out downstairs in the limo? My book is 12 years old. I predicted this. That's how good I am. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not even joking about that. I am good. So you can get that. If you care about young people in your life, and you don't want them to go major in dumb crap, go get that book. And then also I have linked to all my courses on Teachable below. That includes achieving financial excellence. Look, don't go to college. Get rich instead. Get your financial act together. Like, well, I don't know what to do in my life. Good. I got some courses. They're at a fraction of the cost of a college degree, obviously. One being achieving financial excellence. They'll teach you about the nature of wealth and how to attain it. 2, there's achieving minimalism theory and practice. That'll be open for another couple days. And then the dad you never had. Live a better life than I did. Don't make the mistakes I did. Go take the course, The Dad You Never Had. Link below. That's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.